for me. Relax. Relax for me, Dante. I wanted to show the people the tigers in the pool. Now they're out. Yeah, that's how it goes. You want to show someone how they play in the pool. And then we've got 5 minutes left, and I thought, no, let me go early and show you guys. And then they got out. Can you believe it? How are you guys doing? Gary Morrell, Melissa F, Raphael Coulon, Amy Pooler, Tina Fay. You know, guys, there's people who don't know who those people are. We find it funny when I say that, but there's people who really think they're there. Imagine if I had to do the Star Wars edition or the Star Trek edition. Mr. Sulu! Scotty in the house! Beam me up, Scotty! Yeah. Let's point at the tigers. Where are they? Hey, why are you guys walking away? Come here, Enzo. Sun is still shining through. So I started this live much later. And it's much later. And the sun is still coming right through. I forgot again to unplug my car, and I did just in time, so my battery is busy charging full at the moment. But yesterday I forgot, guys. I sat there until just after 8 and I took a shower and the geyser switched on and the car was pulling like almost 3 kilowatt hours, and he depleted the full battery in an hour and a half. So I was without power, but luckily I still had all my lights that was charged up, and I've got my laptop and I've got my phones and I've got the battery pack on the internet. So it helps to have those things. If you don't have it, life could be really, really not nice. So it was okay. Michael, make an alarm on your phone to remind you to unplug the car. Yeah, but you see, the thing is, I'm one of those people who are striving to get out as much as I can. I do not set a goal. My goal is to do as well as possible. So I cannot predict what the weather is gonna do. Like now it's charging because there's still sunlight. Look at that. The sunlight is hitting it. Let's go see how much it's making. And yesterday it was, look at that, there's a lot of sunlight still. The sun is low, but guys, that is a huge ball of energy. If you can see it, it's applying. So let's see how much it's supplying at the moment. There's still 28 amps going into the battery. Now guys, the battery can only handle 40 amps at a time. So we're still making much more, let's say 70% of what the battery can handle with that 1694 watts, using nothing, but we're taking it in the form of 28 amps, pushing it at 52 volts into this battery. So it's charging it up. Stop that! So I understand the stuff, how it works, but it is very random that the weather can do anything. And then you've got no choice. You have to go by what the weather is going to supply. And sometimes the weather could say, Well, it's 3 o'clock. We're moving all of these clouds in front of the sky. And if you had the car on, you're buggered. So, you see what I mean? It takes a very cautious human being to watch all these things and to control it. So I always say that this house is like a ship on the ocean and it's sailing away. And you have to keep everything from going wrong or forgetting this or that. You need to get it perfect. And that is why this house is keeping me busy. This is not a house that you just leave. This is a house that you have to keep constant control of because it can get out of hand if you don't. But so far, it's very manageable. So everything works, everything is beautiful, and it works. It works. But sometimes the weather will just throw you that curveball, and then you'll have no other way but to go to plan B. But hey, let's get the tigers food. Hey, I asked Gift just wipe the helicopter a little bit today. Look how nice it looks again. Beautiful. Yeah. Can you believe it? Why would anybody in their right mind have one? So I found that Gift took one of these buckets. And guys, he put it on top of the battery. Of course, burning 2 holes in it. Benny! But Benny is so noisy. Burning 2 holes in it. And you cannot patch that up. You can forget about it. Oh, come on, Layla. Why do you guys do this every live? So, hey, boys, are you guys hungry? Let's go eat. You don't need to ask them twice. They know when it's time to go to eat. Keep quiet. Why can't you guys just be quiet like tigers? Tigers are the easiest pets to keep. I've never had an animal that is this easy to keep. Guys, and I'm not joking. You give them their area, you give them a pool, you give them a jungle gym, you give them food, you give them time, and they sleep, and they're happy. They don't come and bark right in your ear like Dainty wants to do now. Dainty, stop this. Dainty. Oh, Diego wants to eat that side today. Okay, Diego. Okay, get out of here now. Go now. Wow. You can't control the dogs. It's just not possible. The tigers you can. You just throw the chicken towards them and they're happy. There's nothing about it. Look at that. That's an extra 3 minutes that he's going to be happy. But these boys, no, forget about it. They're going to make more noise than you've ever heard in your life. I can feel that I am getting allergic to noise. My ears are really good, so I hear every little thing. And I won't say that's a good thing, because it's just too much stuff that you hear the whole day. There's a guy with a scooter just driving around this whole place and then up there, and then he turns left and he keeps on going, and then he comes back, and that noise is just driving me crazy. But I guess we learn to appreciate silent things later on in life. And the i8, what a pleasure to drive it, absolutely silent. Don't get me wrong, I love the roar of the V8 of the Porsche, but if you could have it absolutely silent, it makes a big difference. The peacocks, they make their noise, but they make their noise because they're telling you that there is something there. It's a warning system. Guys, most birds are a warning system of some sort. I know, like here we have a bird called a kiwit. Now, a kiwit is a bird that lives in the field on the floor, and if some person just thinks he's going to walk through the field, that kiwit is going to make a noise. He's going to tell you exactly where it is, and you are going to know about it. So it helps. And their batteries never run flat. Yeah. So what time is it for you guys? Is this time acceptable for the live, or is it a little early? Yeah, I'm zoomed in here. If I zoom out, you'll see with the size. This is the thin part, the thinnest part of the enclosure. It's a big enclosure. It's not about the size of the enclosure, it's about the quality of the enclosure. Now, let me explain. So this was part of their enclosure too, this whole part. But when they had this whole part, they were constantly walking by that door up and down, pacing. They never came around to this further down area. They never used it. They were just in front of that window. So all the space went to waste. And then I put up this fence. This fence split their area in half. But guys, it doubled the size of the area that they use. So please understand that if I put you in a desert, a huge desert, right in the center, and I expect you to live there, would you be happy? I don't think you will. And then if I do go and put up a smaller part of that desert in an enclosure and put you in there, and you're able to walk and be amongst civilization. You see what I mean? You don't want a tiger to have the biggest part of the land to cover, because it will only make havoc. They are going to rule that piece of land. They're going to kill everything on that land. They're going to eat only the best part of everything they've killed, and the rest goes to waste. And within 3 months, there's nothing alive on that place. And then they themselves starve. So they're lucky. I feed them. There goes the bike again. So, Diego, there's still 2 left. I forgot, guys. On the last live, I said that I was going to put him on a diet because he tells me he wants to be on a diet. He's had enough. Did you have enough? Did you have enough? No, that growl says you haven't had enough. Come on, come eat your food, Diego. There's still 2 left. Enzo's going to just gulp them up. You know that. So these tigers have learned to live in a controlled environment. They like it. Guys, they get their food. They still got their teeth at age where people used to say they are not even able to reach this age. They still have all their teeth in excellent condition. Yeah, he's full. He doesn't eat that much these days. Are you done? Don't you want to go eat another one? Because Enzo, I know him well. He's not going to give up until there's nothing left. He's going to eat and eat. He just puts his stomach on the ground and he fills it straight up. There he goes. Enzo, I bet you're going to take the closest one. Yeah. Diego's had enough. He says, I'm going back to where I like to lie down and just be happy. Take it easy. Can you believe that a tiger could figure everything out like that and he decides he's had enough to eat? But then again, he did have maybe 3 chickens and he ate all the chicken that was left over from last night from what the cats had. And the cats only eat the nice little bits and the rest is tiger food. Well, he is now 11 years old, or he will be 11 in December, so he's just around the corner of being 11. And Enzo is going to be turning 15 on 14th of March. In excellent condition, still playing while he's 15 years old. Guys, that's unheard of. So they are in very good shape. I do want to give them less food because their bodies will process the food better. I believe that your liver, your kidneys, well, every organ in your body tends to take a little bit of a break when they get less food. I've seen it on myself. I tested it on myself. And I don't have an ache or a pain or nothing. And I can tell you guys, it wasn't like that 20 or even 30 years ago. Because when you eat more, your body will build up uric acid, for instance, which you all know is gout. That's a build-up of uric acid. It's too much food. Your system cannot work through all that food. It's a very simple thing to fix. And I have seen tigers that's half the age of these two getting up very difficult and having trouble walking, and their joints are aching, and they are being fed red meat. So that's why I feed these tigers chicken. And well, Enzo just ate them all. They're done. Yeah, now you're done, Enzo. You know how to do this. So I really think that if you have aches and pains, try that. Eat less and see if it makes a difference. And I know that it does. Makes a huge difference. Like I've said before, the most dangerous thing in the world. No, it's not you, Enzo. It's food. Food is the most dangerous thing in the world. Enzo, I think you might be second. And either way, if someone is food, well, they've got a problem when you're the tiger. Then you are definitely the most dangerous thing in the world. Diego, look at him sleeping like a baby. Tail hanging down. They sleep well, guys. They sleep about 20 hours a day. So they're only up for the live and in the mornings, and now and then when I get home, when I go and I buy something, I bring it home, I show them, they will get up, they come and see. They like to be entertained. They are not loners. The people who said that did not know what they were talking about. You will only have a tiger as a loner if there's not enough food in the area where he stays. Because he will need to hunt, and life will depend on if there is enough food. And for that, he would like to eliminate anyone who is competition. And that makes him a loner. But in a world where they get food and they have a proper life, they are not loners. They are very, very social. I mean, look at the thumbnail for this video. I went and I bought some food for the ducks. I just bought one bag and I carried it out the car and I put it down. And Diego always wants to see that kind of stuff. He loves to come and see it. And the cat was sitting right there by him. And he is so used to that. And he appreciates that. If you go and you look at the videos that I made yesterday with the little peacock, I came and I showed him that little peacock and Enzo. And they love to see that. They do feel that it's necessary to get to know all the other things around them. They are very deep. They are not as shallow as people thought at one time. So I think my channel will bring that to the world because I spent all this time with them. I was able to see what makes them angry, what makes them happy, what gets them up in the morning, how long they sleep, how they interact with other animals. That's probably the most important thing. And then, of course, how do they interact with humans? Now, you can't really test that so well because usually a tiger is trained. And if a tiger is trained, it means he's been beaten until he stopped trying. So that is not a way of conducting that test. So these tigers have never been beaten to train them. They were left on their own to live their life. And if you go in there, you will be sorry. I'm not saying they're going to kill you, but maybe you're not going to make it. And it's perfectly easy to see how that could be the case. Yeah, Denise, I feel this is what I am giving to the world. This is my last 15 years. It's just telling people these things. Now, I believe that someone who have studied them in the wild will have a completely different conclusion at the end. But there is so much that can change if you put a human in a cage and give him a nice internet and he can sit there and search and eat and have fun, than putting him out in the wild, in a desert with nothing, and he has to go and hunt and find water. Are you now well fed, Enzo? Yeah, he is now well fed. You see, guys, I've got this thing where I do not only compare animal lives with other animal lives. I look at it from a human point of view, and I compare their lives to a human life. They also want to sleep. They also don't want to just work the whole day. The only thing that they don't have, that us humans have, is paperwork. Now look at the difference that paperwork makes in your life. It's a huge difference. Enzo is just talking. Hey Enzo, you have a good swim, eh? Love swimming. So I am actually treating them as if they were humans. You have to have defense, unfortunately. But then again, if you meet someone who is in jail, you will also just interact with them through the fence. And why do you put them in jail? Because they're dangerous and they should not be amongst society. It's not to punish them. That's why in South Africa, jail is not called jail. They changed it to the word correctional services because that is where they rehabilitate someone so that they can be released back into society. When they put you in jail, they're not necessarily punishing you, they are removing you from the rest of humanity so that the rest of humanity don't need to deal with the way you think you are able to deal with the rest of humanity. Does that make sense? So, what I am doing here is I'm keeping them separated from all these other animals which they can very easily hurt. And humans. It doesn't mean that they're going to hurt them. And many of them has entered and came out without a problem. But they are still tigers and you have to respect them for what they are. They are able to, like someone said earlier, they are murder mittens and they have a license to kill. They're like James Bond. They've got a license to kill, guys. So I don't want them to do that. I've been raising Enzo for all this time, trying to get him to rehabilitate him, showing him little animals, showing him how they grow up, show them how they get old, and he has seen them pass away. And guys, when I show him, like Sachis the other day, when Sachis passed away, I brought his body to him and I showed him that he passed away and he could understand that. Now that you don't do in a day or two. That took 12, 13, 14 years for him to see them for the first time and then to get to know them, to hear his voice every day, to spend time here, and then to see there he is now, not alive anymore. So it's happened many times. I mean, I don't even know how to explain it to people. My heart is like broken constantly. Except yesterday. Yesterday I had a great day when I picked up that little peacock and he was frozen. He couldn't walk. And I just saw his little mouth open. And then I picked him up. I put him straight onto my heart. I held him to my heart because that's the warmest place I have. And I gave him heat. And then I put him in the cupboard. Guys, go watch the video. Go see what happened. It's a great video. It's like my old type of videos, the ones where I cut and do a lot of editing. I want to start making those videos again. I want to see if it's going to be worth bringing this channel back to where it once was. So the channel used to be very entertaining with all the other things that also happened. And I want to show that again. I think it's time. At one point I thought, well, if you've got 2,000 videos up, you don't really need 3,000. Why would you? But apparently it's better if you keep on making new content. So that's what I will be doing, and I'll try and post a video a day. Maybe on the days that I go live, I will maybe just post something for the members. I like to give something extra for the members because that helps me a lot, having some members. And but overall, I think I'm gonna pick up the channel a little and just put a little bit more time and effort in it. If I have someone helping me, like Gift at the moment, then I can do that. Because then I don't need to sit and prepare all the food the whole day. I can actually do things and I can actually make videos. Because the thing with the zoo house is not only making this live. You have to have the zoo house before you can have this live. And that's what people don't always understand, that it's not only work while you're making content. There is a time where you have to clean up, prepare food. Now I'm planning to take out the water out of the pool, put new water in for them. Fix that part of the pool the Jaeger pulled out the other day, Enzo. Yeah. And we have to do that stuff. So if I have someone to help me, I'm able to cope, and then I can make more videos and more content. Yeah. Now they're probably going to make some noise. Let's see. I'm so glad I was able to fix that stairs of theirs so they can walk down safely. And the jungle gym is nice and strong again. Still have to do the roof part. I need to do that pretty soon because the rain is now coming down, and it does help if the rain does not get onto the wooden part where the tigers sleep. Benny, guys, I don't know how Benny just slipped by my last 5-6 years. I can't believe I've had him so long. I would say it feels like I've had him for a week or two. That's it. But I don't. I have him like 6 years. How did Benny just come in here and started being part of the zoo house and we didn't even notice it? Yeah, it happens. You don't always pay attention, but it happens. Hey, Enzo. Do you remember when you joined? Melissa, I remember getting him from the doggy parlor. They had him, they picked him up somewhere and there was nowhere for him to go. And they asked me if I will take him, and I said, yeah, I'll take him. And he's been a pleasure. He's just a bit noisy. Zach has been an absolute pleasure. He is always with me. He wants to stay with me. He is so loyal. Little dwergie. Didn't grow much. And still, guys, they've got that sneeze. So I've got quite a few little ones here still. Hey, Enzo. We've got an Indian miner sitting right there. If you drive through the suburbs in South Africa, you'll find that there's 2 of those birds on every single sidewalk next to each and every house. They live on the sidewalk just like any other animal. Some Misi over there. Got him just the other day, guys. That was a tiny little kitten. Half the size of those ones there. And he overtook them by at least 3 times their size. Maybe 5 times their size. And they are 3 times older than he is. So that is how I have seen that problem that we had with the cats affected these cats. They needed that antibiotics. But that's another story. So it affected them really bad. They are much tinier and much older. So yeah, you get to see things like that. It's not nice to see, but you learn from it. And you see how illness affects a body. Oh, if he's running like that, there must be a Diego on his way. And yep, like I thought, there he's coming. Hey Diego, don't scratch him. Please don't scratch him on his arm again. Just try. Try and don't scratch him, okay? We need that arm to, at one or another point, to just be a clean arm again. Let's quickly see how much we have charged onto the battery. Hey, we're still charging. It's still charging at 5 amps as the sun is very low already. So we are on the 4th stripe. Now that's enough for me to get through the night. It's no problem. But we are still putting in amps. That's like little bundles of volts. And we take them out later when we need them. Let's go say hi to the others. Guys, I'm so proud of the dogs. These ducks are all doing well. Oh, there's another nest over there. So, these dogs are in my good books. They have just mastered the art of allowing things to live. And I am so proud of them. So, if you go and you watch the video that I posted yesterday, you'll see exactly what I mean. And I was so happy with what they did. The pool is starting to get blue again. I will show you guys what we did to fix that up. So Mommy is still right here. Hey Mommy, show us those little ones. Can we see them? Can we quickly see them? Please. I can hear them. Let's just see them quickly. Yeah, we're going to see them. There they are. There they are, all 3 of them. I was so happy that my heart didn't need to break yesterday. This little one here at the back. Oh, guys, go and watch the video. And they've got their water that side, they've got their food, and they are in the cage. And the dogs are not even trying to hurt them. When they were outside the cage, they were safe with the dogs, and that really, I was really impressed by that. So now we've got this perfect weather again. Look at this, guys. It's the perfect temperature. It's like having an air conditioner running outside your house. It's not hot, it's not cold, it's just the perfect temperature. And that is now at a time when it's supposed to be really hot. Because this is now our real summer. This is now like when the sun is coming over you directly. Oh, come on, you guys. Stop doing that. Don't scratch and bite each other, please. Please. We're trying to heal that wound on his arm. And Diego gets him with that one claw every time, right on that spot on his arm. But we're used to it. It's been happening for years. Let me quickly show you guys the peacocks. So the other day, a bunch of peacocks just arrived at my house. Now you guys stay there for now. I'm not going to leave you inside here when I go out. So look at them. They just showed up. And here they are. Quite a few of them. Where's the little ducks? This little chicken I picked up in the street the other day. Caught him, grabbed him, and brought him home. He loves living here at the zoo house. Some chickens over here. They're already going to bed. Trees are growing like you won't believe. There's a little duckling walking. Hey, where you going? Probably running to his mommy, and he's gonna get a fly. Look at that, he is chasing down a fly. He's gonna get him. And he's gone. There he goes. So they've got a nice bushy area here. But the peacocks are, well, you can see the outside on that side. And this side is totally different. So they are doing what they're supposed to do. They are making this place fireproof. Hey kitty cat, you're high up there. What are you doing there? So I'll be watching this carefully. Whenever there's a fire, we control it. We manage to get it controlled now that this vegetation is less. Hey, where are you going? So yeah, Inky and Pinky, peacocks are beautiful. It's 4 little brothers that just showed up. I don't know where they were born, but they came to the zoo house out of their own free will, and they were already that size. So I think there's the other 2 little ducklings. There's the one, and I just saw the other one over there. Where is he now? Mommy? Oh, there he is. Hey, where are you going? In the direction of away. There goes the other one now. And here's the little chicken. They all just want to have a place to live. And that's what I'm trying to give them here. So that's what they have. We're all trying to just live a little. I mean, what else is there to do? Let's go out of here. They are very happy on this side. I fixed that fence myself, and since then no more trouble of dogs coming from the outside, coming in, making trouble. So, hey, are you guys waiting for me? It's like you're sitting here waiting for me so you can walk with me to the other side. Let's go, boys. Come on, let's go. Enzo's telling him, walk, Diego. Come, let's go. ducks on this side as well by the helicopters. Sorry boys, we didn't make the threshold for cream. Unfortunately not. We'll use it in one of the videos. Yeah. Sun's still out. Still getting some power out of everything. Hey, Enzo. I want to get some slow motion shots again of him drinking water. It's always interesting to see how they scoop that water with the back of their tongue, curling it around and then throwing it straight up into their throats. Those are things that you will never see unless we can record it in slow motion. So they're starting to want to play. I can sit here, watch them for so long. Come on, Enzo. What's happening? Are you guys gonna play a little? Enzo. Diego. Are you serious? Are you now just relieving yourself right there? Pixie, do you want to chase a cat? A real one. Not a tiny little one like that. They don't run. Yeah. This is what life becomes. Just sit there, watch the tigers, feed them, spend some time with him. Are you going to show us your stinky face, Diego? Show us? Show us your stinky face. Yeah, that's a stinky face for you. I guess that's what stinky faces should look like. And he looks so scary when he's got that face on. Show us that face. Show us that face. Yeah, Diego. Come on, look into the camera. Look at those teeth, guys. Wow. No, those are some pretty big teeth, Diego. I don't want to negotiate with those. Show us. Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah. That's when they're basically tasting the surrounding area. That's what they do. It's an advanced form of smelling. I can hear the little birds here in the nests. They're all hatched now in the last few. Hey, the cat! It's an intercat. Can hear the little birds there in the trees. This year we had less storms. Usually on the 1st of November, I remember a few years in a row that we had hail, and that destroys a lot of little birds who just needed a chance. So this year it's better. If you unplug the internet now, we are unplugged. Do you know that, kitty cat? Go there. Thank you very much. And we're still on. Yeah. There you guys can see the difference between a plane that flies in this airspace, and there you can see a plane flying in that airspace. They're not allowed to come lower than 10,000 feet. That is the CTR. That is where planes come in from overseas. That's where they enter this area. So that plane bothers me absolutely nothing. And that's a loud plane. So it's probably gonna be going down now, make a turn and land about 25-30 kilometers west at our main airport in Johannesburg called OR Tambo International. Or it's heading straight to Cape Town. I think that might be where they're going. Hey Enzo, you didn't even know about that. But this is where the CTR is. That means this is where the planes have to enter when they come to land at our airport in Johannesburg. So the higher they enter, the less you hear them. And so basically, I live in the main province of South Africa, where the plane makes the least amount of noise on entry. So yeah, but then we have a lot of space underneath that 10,000 feet, and that is where the smaller planes and the helicopters operate. So yeah, but if you live in Boksburg, that is just before you get to the airport, when you're arriving by plane and you want to land there, you make a lot of noise. Guys, you can't hear anyone talk when that plane comes over your house. You have to stop talking to one another for 3 to 5 minutes before you can just hear them again. So I'm very happy here where I live in Brakpan. We have that peace and quiet here, but then there's a trade-off. We have to take that small tiny little planes, their noise, but that's okay. We'll do it. We'll take it. Got Steve O'Brien on here on a few places. Steve, I've written your name in a few times, and John, you're on there on the top part, but I feel like I should add more zeros to that. I don't think, even though your name is on a lot of places, guys, I've got 3 pens dry already, so I'm working on this. Believe me, it's not as easy as you think. And your hand gets very tired of pressing that pen, trying to get that paint to flow out. Now we've got a cat in the bucket. That cat just loves sitting in buckets and stuff. Still food out where they are eating. I have to just make sure that my car is unplugged. Yes, it is. So, good thing that it is unplugged, so I can have some battery power Yeah, where are you? I'm closing up here, hey? So I have some battery power in the battery of the house. So it's much easier now than during the winter when we have to cope with the day, because the days were so short during the winter. You just couldn't get everything done. But luckily now the sun only goes down much later and we're able to get 3 times as much done, because also you can be outside, you don't need to be cold all the time, so that helps. There goes one of the noise boys. So that's now, they're not allowed to go higher than 10,000 feet. Talking about feet, look at those huge feet on that cat. Enzo, or is that Diego? No, that's Enzo. Taking a nap again. You can't get over Diego's badass strut. Yeah. Yeah, Enzo is a very, very complicated soul. I've spent so much time with him. A lot of people will say that he is tame. Guys, don't make that mistake. He's capable of being much viciouser than Diego, who is more of an actor, but a serious, serious actor. Your home with animals is amazing. Thank you, Maria. Yeah, shaking those tail feathers. Those peacocks are so pretty. When Pokey stands there in the morning and he opens up those feathers and he shows us just how pretty he is, you can never look away. You will always stand there and look at it. How do you tell the difference between Diego and Enzo? Well, Enzo is taller. Diego has got more of an orangey coat. I'd say that's the easiest way to tell them apart. Yeah, can you believe it? Paradise in South African suburb. Yeah, Denise, that's why we want to live here. Because we have this amazing weather. It doesn't get hot, it doesn't get cold. We are able to have, look, like now, it would have been so hot because the sun came up there and went straight over us. But the clouds just forms naturally and shields us from it, keeping the temperature perfect. So I complain a little because I need more sunlight for the solar system, but I do get that in the afternoons. And in the winter, there is absolutely no clouds, and the sun moves over there. Then it moves over you guys in the northern hemisphere at an angle here towards us, and I get all that sunlight and giving me electrical power and heating our area, because we are at 5,000 feet, and that helps. That makes it possible for us to get thinner air that's not as hot and at a lower pressure, which I think would have been better if the pressure was a bit higher, like 101.3 kPa at sea level. I don't know what it is exactly here. I'll go check it up. Can't remember. That was when I was 15. I learned that. I had to do power machines, and that's one of the things you learn when you do power machines in college. Is you have to know what the air pressure at sea level is. So I've come a far way with all of this stuff that I understand. I'm a little tired already. I can feel it. But since Diego is not tired, and Diego, where's Enzo now? Enzo, are you now a little tired, Diego? You want me to go now. Guys, do you remember when he used to hate it when I filmed him? He couldn't stand it at one point. He just wanted me to stop. Diego, but you're so pretty. We had to show the world what a real tiger looks like. Look at that eye. Yeah, look at that eye. And look at those teeth. Wow, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Let's show them those bottom ones. Look at that. Look at look at that, guys. They're perfect. No, not even one skew one, not a cavity, nothing. No, kitty cat, I don't think you should go so close. No, 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 no. I'm not going to do that. Sorry. You trust this cat way too much, I think. We love Diego, but we don't trust him since he is on the other side of the fence. Okay? But guys, that is how they learn about other animals. Like that close interaction. If it happens 1,000 times, I can't see anything wrong with it. I think it is necessary if you're going to keep them in a place like this. And let's face it, you don't want a tiger like this in the wild. And you also live in the wild. Because one of you are not going to be doing much living for very long. But these little cats, just absolutely perfect. Well guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the live. Starting to get a little dimmer here by us. Sun is on its way down, but still there's a lot of light, and that's always nice. Zach, say goodbye, Zach. He's my shade or my shadow. I don't know which one exactly. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Go watch my videos and please share some of the videos. I've never asked people to share them, but it would be nice if you guys could just share them a little. We'll see if we can pick the channel up again and take it where it used to be. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like always, have a great day. Bye. Where is that button?